Wait, no. You passed it. Hang on.
I really have said this. I really don't think body count matters at all.
I don't think it matters at all.
Like, it's not like I'm walking around with STDs and things. Like, I get checked for that stuff. But, like, I had fun in college. I had fun post-college. And I've had a lot of post-situationship, you know, where I'm trying to, like, get back out there.
Yeah.
And I don't feel bad about that.
You should not feel bad about that at all. Absolutely. Yeah. I completely agree with that.
I regret, like, 95% of them. But, you know, they're all learning experience.
Okay, all right.
I got a lot to say about this.
Okay, so we just learned all the science from this one girl saying you need to lock in the low body count person because the high body count person, with all of this evidence that we have, says she can't pair bond. She's the one that likes to run. She has a higher, 82% higher rate of divorce. And literally, when that woman started talking, I'm like, "That's her. Here's the example.
Here's the example." Yes.
Not only that, but that woman attracts that kind of man, which is what I would call a soy boy.
Yeah. See, the soy boy is the problem I have with this this video. Let me tell you a story real quick.
Oh, here we go.
You mind if I tell you a story?
Yeah.
All right. So
let's go.
Long time ago, there was this man. Okay, and he lived in a garden. And that garden was beautiful. It was paradise, man. It was paradise. But he was all alone. And so he prayed and was given a helper. And it was a lady, right? And so it was his job to teach her everything about the world, right? Now, follow me here, bro. Follow me. This has a point. This has a point, right?
It does.
And God, in all of his infinite wisdom, told this man, he had a covenant with this man, and he tasked him with teaching her all about the world. So he taught her all about the world, but there was an evil, vicious being and presence in the garden, and it was in the form of a snake, and it wanted to destroy the covenant between God and the man, but the snake knew that if it went to the man, who was strong in the face of God and strong in the face of the animals and strong in the face of the planet, then the man would have just told the snake to F off. Right?
To F off.
But the snake wanted to tempt him to eat from the fruit of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, but he couldn't go to the man.
He had to go through the woman.
Had to go to the woman because he knew that the woman
would listen.
Yeah. And was temptable. And so he tempted the woman, and the woman had big ears, and she wore a camisole with big boobs and skinny, and she's talking about her body count, right?
Yeah.
And the reason he did this was because he also knew, he being the serpent, he also knew that the man was weak.
To the woman. Oh, my God.
In the face of the woman.
Yeah.
And so that was what happened. So the woman was able to tempt the man, and the man said, okay.
Yeah.
I'll let you do what you want to do, despite the fact that God has told us not to, and despite the fact that I am the man, I will let you do what you want to do. And therefore, you have what you just saw in that video, which was a woman who ate the fruit and ate the fruit and ate the fruit and liked the fruit, and then went to the man and said, you should like it too. And the man went, okay.
Did you notice what she said at the end?
No. What did
she said? I regret 95% of it.
No.
So, in other words, everything that she just said that she's not ashamed of, she regrets.
Okay. I'd like to know what her she doesn't regret 95% of it. She regrets none of it now. Later, she's going to regret all of it.
Oh, sure.
Like 95%. Oh, what's that got to do with anything?
Yeah, it was an arbitrary number that she just came up with on the fly.
I mean, she could have said 99%. It would have been the same thing as 75% or 22% or whatever.
Right.
She doesn't.
No,
she doesn't have the character to regret any of it.
Not yet. Well,
but she will.
Hey, babe, you're being recorded.
I know. I wanted to interrupt and say hi.
Hey.
Oh my gosh.
Hi. Am I on speaker?
You are on speaker and you're being recorded. I've got you right next to the mic.
Hey, what's up, Excellent?
Hey, world. World, be welcome to, and look, be welcome to my amazing wife. I call her my wife because she is about to be my wife.
That's right.
And so we're going to go ahead and
When is this going to happen?
It's going to happen this year, bro.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, she's excited. She moving to Texas.
Can I be the ring boy? The ring bearer?
You can be the best man.
The best man.
I mean, no, definitely not the ring boy. But anyway, this is the most amazing woman in the world. So everybody take a look at this cute face, this beautiful face. Yeah. Yeah, well, because whenever you call, your picture comes up.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Okay, we gotta finish your. I love you, baby.
I know. I love you. Bye.
Bye. She's gonna really, really be upset with me when she sees what picture I use.
Why, man? It's got her glasses on there.
I think it's the cutest picture in the world. Like, I love it.
Sure, yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's go with the next one. This is a classic because it's Mr. Charlie Kirk. I wanted to throw something in there where I could say, man, I miss him. Anyway, go ahead.
I think the lack of freedom, the lack of individual liberty talk, the lack of capitalism is a bad thing, but we could argue about home ownership. All I'm trying to say, if China gets richer, it doesn't mean we get poor. The economy is not a zero-sum game. When we all get richer, we trade with one another, everybody benefits.
I used to believe, and that sounds so good.
And it's true.
I'm so glad you said that. For years, I said that about trade. And then I realized, why does China keep on doing tariffs then?
Well, China is losing because of tariffs.
That's an interesting question. Is China losing? In some ways, yes. In some ways, they're kicking our tail. In some ways, for example, if we had to go to war, we right now can't make vitamin C. We can't make pharmaceutical products. We cannot make critical manufacturing. If we are wholly reliant on an adversary. China is completely self-reliant outside of energy. They need energy from Iran. But they have the people, they have manufacturing base and the industrial capacity.
Yeah.
In World War II, why did we win World War II? Yes, we had a bunch of stuff. More than anything else, the defining edge was that when we turned on a switch, we could go make ships at a rate that no one else could because we had an industrial
We were
base.
richer than everybody in World War II, and that's largely why. And tariffs,
it wasn't just wealth, though.
Tariffs, by the way, make us poor.
No, they
But we
don't.
had tariffs during that World War II period, which is what's so laughable. We had the Smoot-Hawley tariff, which worked.
Look, the Smoot-Hawley tariff.
It was amazing, and it was awesome.
Hold on, during the Great Depression, we had the Smoot-Hawley tariff. Look this up. In 1930, we had the Smoot-Hawley tariff.
no idea what you're talking about,
International trade with the United States, exports and imports both went down over 60%, and it was a disaster. We had 25% unemployment. It was one of the most
You're doing causation and correlation.
It was one of the worst
Get
times.
him, Charlie.
Yes. But take a look. When we raised the rates up, look what it actually did, guys. You can look at this up yourself. Economists overwhelmingly agree on the effects of tariffs. I don't want to take up all the time. I'm just telling you guys.
Fine. It's just the final point is this, and this is great.
Sure.
I think the middle class is suffering. You think they're doing great.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
He's like, I'm not going to let you sit here and continue to basically yell at everybody.
Yeah, I don't know anything about. I get such conflicting reports and such conflicting theories and philosophies on the tariffs. I'm not sure which way I go with the tariffs. I do know that the tariffs have historically been used to increase wealth for the American people, so I'm kind of on that train. But I also know that tariffs, there are mechanisms that can be put into place from outside sources, like other nations, that can undermine tariffs. And so I don't really know which way to go with tariffs. I'm very curious to see what happens over the next year.
So I wanted to prove a point here because,
and yes, I do miss Charlie too. He was awesome.
Oh,
he
was
knew
amazing.
a little bit about everything.
I know a lot of us are rising up.
Derail you. Go ahead.
Well, you keep doing it because you keep talking. So just shut up. Anyway, he was amazing. Yes, but do you know, before we started paying taxes, like us as American citizens,
sure.
we ran the government off of tariffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was whenever America was the most prosperous because we didn't have to pay the government anything.
Yeah.
They just ran off of tariffs. Now, with the new tariffs, because I just got through having this conversation with somebody in my Uber drive, not today, but it was yesterday. And he was talking about, he's tariffing everybody. I'm like, he is only tariffing people, if that's the correct term, or putting tariffs on people who have tariffs on us. And our biggest adversary is China.
Yeah.
So yes, he's going to do that, but he's only doing it as a bargaining chip. He's doing it to get them to lower tariffs on us. And then he made the argument, well, what about the goods that we buy and now they're more expensive because of tariffs? Well, for one, just buy American. That's an easy fix. And two, it'll go down.
Yeah.
Because it already has, like almost everything has gone down in cost now. Not to mention how much he's brought in via tariff revenue to the government. You want to know how much he's brought in?
Sure.
$200 billion.
$200 billion.
Literally just did that search. Yeah. And it says, here's the best data available on how much revenue tariffs under Donald Trump have brought into the U.S. government, focusing primarily on his second term since he reinstated and expanded tariffs starting in 2025. Fiscal year 2025, Trump's expanded tariffs. U.S. Customs and Border Protection reported about $200 billion in tariff revenue collected in FY 2025.
Sweet. Yeah.
$200 billion.
$200 billion. Yeah.
Just from revenue. I'm sorry, just from tariff revenue.
Yeah.
$200 billion.
Yeah.
That's
good.
So in other words,
that's a lot.
If he still wants to follow down this road.
About Elon Musk's worth. Sure. It's awesome.
No, he's worth more than that. He's worth like $400 billion, isn't he?
What?
No. Yeah, because he's approaching $1 trillion.
No.
Yeah. Elon's getting up there, dude. Anyway, if we want to hang on, if we want to continue down this whole tariff thing, we could actually go back to what we used to be, which was funding the government through tariffs.
Yeah.
And the American people don't have to pay taxes.
Well, I think that would be ideal, don't you?
Yes.
In fact, I would say that is what the impression that I've always been under as to why tariffs are so valuable is because it'll bring domestic work back to the United States. Like people will start buying American. People will start manufacturing American.
Yes.
And I also would say that once we get rid of people don't want to get rid of their taxes because they love their infrastructure and their highways and all that kind of stuff, but all that can be privatized.
It can.
And imagine all of the money that would be pumped into the private sector if we just privatized all of our highway building and all of our like that would be awesome. And it would make a lot of people rich from doing something good, which is creating infrastructure and maintaining the modern day miracles of the energy grid. And
this is what tariffs have also done, because he's strategically using tariffs to bargain with not just foreign countries, but also with corporations, because corporations outsource work from foreign countries. So therefore, if he tariffs those countries, that means it's going to cost more for the company, but it costs them less now to put some kind of manufacturing process in the U.S.
Yeah.
So now it's American made instead of foreign made.
Yeah. Oh.
Come on. I'm getting on my high horse here. Dude. Let's go.
You know more about tariffs than I thought you did, Nick.